Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Vampire the Masquerade issue 5. This is from Vault Comics, written by Tim Seeley and drawn by Devmalya Pramanik. The Anarch Tales backup story was written by Tini Howard and Blake Howard, drawn by Nathan Gooden. Both stories were colored by Addison Duke and lettered by Andworld Design. We start off with the two Anarch assassins that were after Bain and Allie last issue. Now, Bain has caught up with them and recovered enough information to figure out what's going on. But there's still a blood hunt after them. Thankfully, they know who the bad guys are, and they are going to resolve the situation. But it's not resolved like you would think, with the usual violence that Bain typically dispenses. Instead, it's done a little bit more politically. She does make a friend along the way that gives her a little bit of help, but in the end, Bain's family is at risk, and she has to do some diplomatic stuff. She also learns a really dangerous secret, and then she goes and hangs out on a tower for a little while. And that's where the next story picks up. So the backup story finds King Rat talking to Bain, and then there's a bunch of family drama with Colleen and Mitch. It's super boring. And we also learn that their latest member of the Anarchs, what their real motivation might be, and it's not quite what we thought it was last time. So Priscilla may be something different than what she's presented as. So lots of secrets uncovered, but the backup story was just super boring. The art is the same consistently throughout the book as it has been for the last several issues. It's serviceable. It's not my favorite. The role-playing supplement in the back is really helpful if you want to use this as campaign setting material. It's really good for that. So that's a really nice bonus if you're into the comic and the RPG. As far as an installment in the series, it is really good for that. This is a terrible standalone story. Absolutely horrible for that. But the secrets and stuff revealed do put a good end cap on the story arc. So this is a good final installment. But, and I do mean big but here, the overly used validation of the female characters is really annoying through the issue. It happens about 4 times. Bain validates Allie validates Bain, the Anarchs validate each other. It's tiresome. It was very detracting from the main story and kind of lazy. I think this issue was a little slow paced for me, with a lot of babbling, some of which could have been cut down, but it's still a reasonably good conclusion to what's been a pretty decent story. So I'd recommend picking this up in trade paperback instead of the single issues if you could get it cheap. As far as paper quality, these issues are really done well. The paper quality is far superior to anything Marvel's doing, but the art style is just not for me. The role-playing supplement stuff is pretty good, so I'll recommend the issue. I thought it was a fun story. If you like Vampire the Masquerade stuff, I think it did pretty well there. It's a decent introduction to kind of the universe with a lot of action instead of the pointless court drama that most people do it with. But overall, worth picking up and reading. I just don't think it's worth cover price. So if you can find them in a bargain bin, get them that way. If you're a diehard vampire fan, maybe you'll be willing to pay cover price. But I think these are more bargain bin, or get them in trade for less than the cover price. That'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links to my Patreon, Streamlabs, and Teespring store are in the description. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.